So like the first phase of like entrepreneurship is two validations: the internal and the external validation. And so it's like achievement and fulfillment. And so what you're doing is there's external achievement and an internal fulfillment. And you need some of that energy to prove it to, your parents, right? To your friends, right? And then you need to be able to personally validate, like, I can be an entrepreneur, saying that I got to six figures and stuff like that, right? And so you need that in the beginning, but after you get to a certain level, you've kind of got to remove that because it kind of turns into a toxic kind of trait where you're always trying to seek this validation, and because there is no competition, it's just you. Like, you don't need them to motivate you, but you use it to get you where you need to go. But once you figure it out, once you learn, you need to find, what's the word I'm looking for? More positive reinforcements, right? More impactful things, which is, how do I get my clients better results? How do I help more people? How do I get my message out there?
Let that
be the motivation factor, the process of helping people.
Yeah, definitely. Because then it's like, if you like running an agency, it's like, well, if I'm making X amount of money, but I'm losing 5 to 10 clients a month just because of the results, I feel like the focus. And if you're trying to stay motivated and things like that, rather than letting what other people's decisions are, what your idea of validation is, like redirecting it to something influential, like literally growing your clients or producing more results, stuff like that is definitely, that's crazy.
Yeah, because there is a certain level of validation that you have to have. You have to have validation from your closest circles. For you being young, specifically you. For your parents, so it's like, okay, like you're doing something. Your parents want to see that the kid's kind of growing, and that's the time with you. It's like, okay, my son's doing well. So there is some validation that you need to kind of hit there. You also need to prove it to yourself that, like, all of the mindset and the discipline that you have, it has to bear fruit. So you don't want to just continue to do those things. And you can learn and get skills, so you need to validate it there, and then you also need to validate it in the marketplace, which is, you need to get your first 1 to 3 customers to trust you, to invest with you. Then you need to get at least one of them good results so that you can get a testimonial. Once you do that, then that journey has begun, and now you're validated, because at the end of the day, once you've gotten somebody results, nobody can take that away from you, and so that's the only validation that
testimonial is what you use to just continue to scale high. Say, like you said, hey, if you don't believe me, take it from them. Yeah,
because they can't. There's no way that they can take that from you. When someone else says that they work with you and you help radically change their business with X, Y, and Z results, that's it.
Yeah.
So, and so again, you want to go from, like, I need to get to 6 figures. I need to get 6 figures. Like, the ultimate goal is past that. How do I get somebody such amazing results that they would give me a testimonial, and that testimonial is the thing that actually makes you the money. It's not what you do for people, it's the transformation that you make in their lives or in their business, that then they're willing to share that experience, because there's somebody that is your future client that is in the same position and struggling with the same thing, and they have the same desired outcome that you're able to provide based off the video that they shared that you helped them with.
Right.
And once you have that, then your business is ready to scale. Then you are validated officially.
True.
So the reason why that's important is because sometimes you do need to prove things to people, and you do use that external validation. But like I said, once you get to a certain level, you have to remove that, because it's a toxic trait. So like, I use this example a lot, which is like this rocket ship. And so if you look at a rocket ship, right, you can see that there's this red hub on here. And then there's this one fuel tank on this side, and then there's one on the side. So, like, look at that. So what happens is, in order for you to get your business off the ground, it's the same way. Like, you need this energy, this kind of inner insecurity of, like, I need to prove this to somebody in order for you to motivate you to, like, take massive action to get it off the ground. But the cool thing about a rocket ship is, they need all of these things to get out of the atmosphere, but once they get out of there, guess what happens to all of these things? right? All these things start to fall off and you have to remove it. And that's the same thing for you and your business, is that you need these things in the short term in order to get you off the ground. But then once you get out of the atmosphere, it actually just go by itself. Because and that atmosphere is your clients singing your praises.